It's Elvis Week 2020, and on today's episode of Globetrotting with Trey, I'm throwing it back to Elvis Week 2012, the 35th anniversary of his passing, with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. I think you're going to enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Let's get to the show.
The biggest gratification was the box that we were sitting in, looking down on the audience, of course looking at the screen, and watching everyone was so mesmerized, watching the screen and looking at the generations. We have younger generations now coming in, watching Elvis and really getting a feel and an understanding of why he was who he was. And I thought that was pretty amazing.
I thank the older fans for bringing in the younger fans. It's almost a thing that's handed down now from generation to generation.
We need to do that. We need to do that to carry its legacy on, that's for sure.
Now, last night was amazing, but you guys have talked about it a little bit on national media that I've seen, but this year was a special year for Candlelight Vigil for both of you, too. What led to your decision this year to make it to Candlelight, Lisa?
We normally have watched it from afar and admired it, usually from the house over the years, but it just felt really important to me. I just felt like, being connected and being there, and it was a last-minute decision, but I just thought, okay, I really just wanted to be there at this time.
I think what she said is the most telling. It was time. That made it special. Yeah. Yesterday at the event, at the reception prior to the concert, fans were able to ask you some questions, and I know there's so many questions that everybody has, but I think one of the most interesting things for Elvis fans, we've been talking this week about how, to us, Elvis is Elvis, and he's this guy we see, and he's the records that we play. Last night I was sitting behind Jerry Schilling, and there were moments that we were standing, and Jerry was just looking around, and it's personal to you guys, and I think we forget that sometimes. So how you deal with that has shown, it's been storm and grace. It's been highs and lows of your feelings. What's different about this year, do you think? Are you amazed that we're here 35 years later? And not only that, thank you for this. Right on property, right across the street from the mansion. With you when you saw Lisa for the first time last night, you said, "You stole my hair."
She did. She's been giving me hell because I had the big hair for the last 2 days.
Yeah, but it's kind of timeless,
She inspired me.
Exactly.
She inspired me.
So I would really call you the ultimate Priscilla Presley impersonator, really. Pretty interesting. Your producer, I wrote this quote down because I wanted to get it correctly. Your producer, T-Bone Burnett, had a great phrase about you as we talk about you as a songwriter. He called your daughter a Southern American folk music artist. So he said artist. What is there different, do you think, about, and I think maybe you hit on it a little bit, that you consider yourself a writer that just sings, but expectations, I know, from an artist. You do what the heart as an artist tells you to do. How difficult has it been for you to do what you want to do, what you want to say, and the expectations of us, the Elvis fans? Not music fans, because I'm sure you find new fans who aren't Elvis fans, but how tough is it for you to deal with expectations? And think of your answer, because expectations of Elvis fans is what I want to come back to you with, too. So, Lisa.
If I can remember the question.
I'll repeat it. Don't worry.
I'm having a hard time with the question. It's so the expectations on me?
Yeah. Do you feel any additional pressure because Elvis fans might be expecting one kind of music? You've been very careful about the kind of music that you've done, and I wanted to know if that's a decision to stay away from the Elvis kind of songs, or because the music that you're doing is the music that you want to do.
I think I've always just kind of done the music I wanted to do during the process of my writing and putting out albums. I think there's expectations from everyone, and all I can do is do what I do and, hope that people like it. I really, otherwise, if I thought about that, I don't think I could actually do it. If I really thought about that seriously, I'd just think, okay, all I can do is what I do, which is write, and then sing the songs that I write, and that's all I can do, because I can't, but I understand there is a lot, but I just can't think about that.
I think you hit on it earlier when we were talking about the shoes that a celebrity's child has to fit into. It's difficult because you want to veer off and you want to do what your passion is, what you feel, what you're gravitated to. Like Lisa was saying, she loves writing, and that's her love. She's always been an incredible writer, even with poems. But when you have someone as famous as her dad, of course, and he's passed away, you want to have those shoes. You want that child to maybe inspire you to be the same. And this is where she's always been great, because she's never compromised who she is. She's gotten heavy-headed hits on this. And it's been difficult, for her to, not difficult because she knows what she wants, and she's accepted that there are people that, are going to like it or they're not going to like it. This is who she is. So I admire her for that, because most kids fall on that, and they tend to, like even maybe she would be expected to sing, with her dad when she first started it. Sing along and be like your dad, or sing with your dad, do duets with your dad. And she said, no, I'm going to be who I am first, because if I do that, then people are going to expect that all the time. It was very smart. She wanted to prove herself first. And I admire her. I mean, I truly do, because I know how tough it is. And she's had the hits, and she's still going. And I really have to say that we all appreciate it.
You put together last night. And so unexpected to see your family. We could be talking about Riley, your daughter, who's carrying on the family tradition of acting from her grandparents. Talk to me a little bit about last night's video. What inspired you to put that together, and how did you do it?
Well, I really wanted to do something for the fans that I thought would be special and different. Didn't want to focus on me, or on me doing a duet, or on me singing, or I wanted to focus on something. I kind of wanted to keep it at something inspiring, like the fact that his spirit lives through all of us still, very much so, actually. T-Bone actually picked the song, and it was just such a sweet song, and so not such a regular song that you hear. It was kind of an obscure one. So when I heard it, and then when we did it, it inspired me to just really do something intimate and personal, and his spirit really does live, and it's very alive and well in all of his grandchildren, I have to say. Capture that, and I really, I always want to do something for the fans, a tribute and something special. So that was very different, and so I was kind of focusing on that with the video.
That was a nice gift to all of us.
Just before when we were doing our interview for the Today Show, and we were in the kitchen at Graceland, and she goes, "Mommy,
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I said no.
We did the whole thing in a week. I mean, less than a week. We recorded it, then quick, edit, quick. It always that way. The last week before, and then they don't know what I'm going to show up with when I get here. And then, the guy who produces the show last night, he has to just kind of wait till whatever arrives.
There was literally a hole in the rundown, Lisa Marie, and it was like a thing.
She just blocks out a section for me to do something, every 5 years. So we just turned this in. It literally got done the day before editing and thrown in the mix, but she just saw it that day.
So I saw it that night. We were just getting ready to do the Today Show and sit down for it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, it was just so. I get a little teary-eyed, but So obviously you saw saw the effect was that a little bit more, and I had to run in the bathroom quickly because my mascara was running. I was getting ready to do the Today Show, but it was touching, it was beautiful, and to see her, the family, and it just the good times. The girls there, they were dancing and they're hugging each other. It was like, oh my God, it's so personal, and to share that was just, it was nice to see. It was really beautiful. I loved it, obviously.
I'm sure your mom gave you advice when you wanted to, I keep saying go into the family business because it makes it sound normal, in a way. What advice have you given your kids about the business? I mean, like I said, Riley, your daughter's, she's, out there in movies, and I mean, she's a very successful young actress. What advice have you given your kids? And I'm only assuming that, they're ready, they're standing at the door waiting for them, their opportunity to get out and be artistic. What advice have you given them?
Really, I just want them to be really good at it, whatever they're going to do, and take it very seriously, and don't, be very professional and do it right, and get really behind it, and, just do it well, because there's going to be a lot up against them, and, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Little ones are, I don't know, Finley definitely has, she's going to sing, or there's going to be, that child loves music like I've never seen, so, she dances, she listens, it really affects her music, and I see her, in a singer way, I can tell. Harper's probably going to be a little actress. She also loves music, but if she sees a movie, she'll go and act it out play by play, right after the movie, so she'll do it scene by scene, line by line, exactly like she saw it. So they're definitely artistic. They're not, so it's all, I see it all happening.
Yeah. You were that age once, and when you were that age, you were growing up in the middle of all this. Your young ones, have they gotten the association yet that guy's family?
Yes, they know. They're very, very, very proud. That's my grandfather. I want to see my grandfather. I've never seen it. She's so proud. They have such a sense of pride with it. It's really cute. So last night they were there, watching, and they just get, she just gets mesmerized by him. And she was actually imitating him the other night, watching him on video. So
just like you were doing, standing by that record player all those years ago, and which kind of brings it full circle. We've all been looking forward to your guys' appearance here, and just knowing you're in town, I think, makes it different for us.
Bad about anyone? Yes, he would get upset at times.
Yeah.
Yes, he would vent like we all do, but only because he was upset at that moment.
We're so lucky to benefit this year, especially 35 years after, to be here in a facility like this and to have the things that you have. But take us back to those days 35 years ago when things were not in the shape that it's in.
Because that was Elvis's private getaway. That's where he went. That was his sanctuary. That's where he wanted to be when he wanted to get away from the guys. He wanted to get away from telephones. He wanted to get away from people constantly pulling at him for this, people asking for that. I mean, that was just a place where he felt safe. And I figured, this was, if he were to open Graceland, I don't think he'd want his private quarters to be accessible. And it's very strange because when Lisa and I go up there, many times when there's nobody around, we'll go up, and it's so eerie because I swear you feel his spirit. It is just amazing. And it definitely was the right thing to do. And I just feel, too, that sometimes, Lisa and I always said that when you walk into Graceland, we've been there so much, and that house was so much a part of him, that I can see him walking down the staircase. I can feel him there, and I do believe that. So you all are really blessed, because I think he's there, and he's helping it all. When I look out and I see how many people are here today, I look at, being the 35th anniversary and the amounts of people that come here every single year. I look at that because when we opened Graceland, Jack Soden and I will never forget the day, 1982, and I'm going to repeat his statement is that because we sent out invitations, but we never got any RSVPs on who was coming or not. So we didn't know if it was going to be 10 people, 100 people, maybe 1,000 people. We had no idea. And of course, the investment that we put in, we got back, I believe, was in like a month. I mean, we were able to accomplish what we set out to do. So that, to us, is really our most proudest moment, and to see again that it's continuing. What I would change? Gosh, if there was something that I would probably change, it would probably be, even though it's working nicely now, is the front area out where we are actually now, where all the merchandising is if it was more on the other side of the street. And we're working toward maybe making a much better facility so that everything's on one side. Because Elvis looked across the street, sitting on the porch, the two of us, and we were looking across, and he watched the area grow. And he said, I would love to be able to look across and see nothing but grass and the way it was when I moved here. So if we had had that opportunity, that would have been great. We may still have that opportunity to have that happen. So that's our plan. So
That's great.
I have met through Elvis the greatest people. There was something very special about Elvis fans, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. You, for one. I mean, we obviously have a lot of things in common that we love. First and foremost, Elvis, but it goes on to that. Movies, the German classical movies. And Elvis was a huge, huge old movie fan. I mean, we would stay up for hours. Well, the television would go off at 12 o'clock, but it would start, let's say, at 11 o'clock. That's one of his biggest upsets with Memphis, was that the television would go off at 12. All three stations, all off at 12. And that's why we would go to the movies at night, because there was no television.
He would have loved TCM.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah, he would have. We would sit up and watch these old movies, and they're so sad, most of them. And both of us sitting there, sitting crying. Daddy, did you see that? Daddy, you should see this.
When we're together, we spend most of our time talking about movies, and you're always, I saw this thing, and what was it? And you give me the most bizarre clues. It's like, they had this guy, and he was driving a car. And I'm like, okay. And she'll mention these movies to me, and she'll give me clues, and then I'll go back to my office or out in the parking lot and Google it really quick, and come back in, and she thinks I know all this. But then every now and then you get a package of DVDs of movies that you mentioned in passing that you'd forgotten the titles to. You told me about a movie once with Peter O'Toole as a German soldier, and we both didn't know the name, and I found out the name, and you said that was the first time you've seen it since you watched it with Elvis.
Yes.
The Night of the Generals.
Night of the Generals, that's right. And there's another one we've never found, The Way of All Flesh. This is the one that he loved, and it was just so sad, but it was so touching, and you never found that.
Yeah, we're looking.
You've been looking for 3 years.
It's a rights issue. Help me change some laws. Maybe not do that. Priscilla, you have no idea, and maybe you do, how all of us feel that you're here, and we really appreciate the time that you took.
So how did you enjoy that video? If you did, please like it. Give me a thumbs up. It's very important for YouTube. Also, if you haven't already, don't double dribble. Subscribe to Globetrotting with Trey to stay updated with every new video that I upload every Tuesday. A new Elvis video, plus special ones here and there. This week I am in Memphis, Tennessee, and every day I will be uploading a new video from Elvis Week 2020. So if you want to join me for Elvis Week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Please share with your Elvis friends and family. Until next time, I'll see you down the road. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.